Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com, trying out something new here. Let me know what you guys think. We are here live trying out this new vertical live stream. It seems like people want it, people like it, YouTube likes it. I guess we got to do it vertical now, guys. This is the TikTok age now. What's really good? Shout out to everybody that's in here. Hopefully you guys is doing great. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. You know me, I'm doing all right. Okay. Shout out to Miss Flames. I see Miss Flames in here. Let's go in and add this right here to the chat. Okay. Cheer. Ness, what's up? What's going on, guys? Shout out to every single one of you guys that's in here. Yeah, man. So we're gonna be looking at some job opportunities to see what's out here. Okay. So let me see what's going on. Let's see. We're going to be looking for remote positions. I know a lot of you guys like the remote position, so we're going to be focusing on that. Okay, everybody wants to work from home, but don't have the skills to work from home. Okay, it's very important that you guys go in and have the skills. Look, it's crazy. Look, so there's actually 155,000 job positions when you search for remote. So there are a lot of positions. Now today I like to go in through Indeed. It's one of my favorite job boards to go in and find what's out here, right? Because it gives you a pretty good number. So it's 153,000 when we search for remote positions anywhere here in the United States. Now, let's actually go in and look to see. We're going to start with searching HTML. Okay. And I want to go and focus on the things that got listed today. Okay. The last 24 hours. And we're going to put it by date. Okay. So let's see. We got some freelance graphic design, Amazon platforms. Okay. So that's that e-commerce. We also have full stack solutions, full stack product engineer. Let's take a look at this. I'll let you guys know, even though we can't share everything on the screen because it is vertical now. Now we got to do vertical, guys.
Now we got to be on that TikTok wave, guys. Hey, guys, welcome to my...
Nah, you ain't going to get that here, bro. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so okay, they're LGBTQIA plus. So that's cool. Okay, so for you guys that's in that wave, guess what, you feel at home. Okay, we're seeking full stack product engineer. Okay, 65 to 80,000. So those positions that start in that range are positions that you could definitely do entry level. They're focusing on PHP, interesting, JavaScript, jQuery. I haven't seen jQuery in a long time being mentioned, but that's cool. Okay, so build and enhance, maintain web applications using PHP, JavaScript, jQuery, MySQL, HTML, CSS. Okay, entry level stuff. Okay, let me see in here. Strong proficiency in PHP, solid front end development. Okay, so looking for full stack, flexible schedule. Okay, so flexible schedule, work around your life and your needs. We don't count your hours. Interesting. That's good. Fully remote. I've never heard of this company, Eventini. So let's look it up. Let me see if I could open up a new window over here so I could give you guys more details on this company. I've never heard of Eventini, but is an event planning made easy using unlimited events. Start for free. Okay, interesting. So we make event planning and participating easier. Interesting. So they do use PHP. I can see on their website they're using the latest version of PHP. Okay, the site itself, you can see it's like an older site. Legacy code. So you know you're gonna be doing some legacy code. Okay, the design doesn't look that great, But guess what? If they paying, they paying. Okay, that's what's important. Okay, let me see where they're based at. Hmm. I don't know, but it seems like middle of America. But it's cool because it's remote work, so you're not actually doing like a whole bunch of things. You're actually just working on this application. They sell tickets, they have products. They have some applications, right? It's crazy the amount of like websites and software that's out there. Like it's crazy. Sometimes there's companies that's hiring that you don't even know that they're hiring. You don't even know that they exist. Like I've never heard of this company. But guess what? A bag is a bag. Okay. All right. Let's see right here. Digital marketing manager. There's another role. Okay. Oversee Google Ads, SEO, campaign, Facebook. Utilize SEO tools to conduct keyword research. Okay, so in this one, they're looking for somebody that has knowledge of like SEO, right? Understanding of HTML, CSS, JavaScript basics, right? Experience with content management systems such as WordPress. So yeah, digital marketing manager. Let's see, front end developer. Again, we're looking at the jobs that just got listed today. So we could see what's going on. So front end developer and linker corporation, 80,000 to 90,000. Solid understanding of JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Okay, experience with frameworks like React, Angular, proficiency with tools like Vite, Parcel. Okay, not bad. Good entry point, right? For those of you guys that want to be doing front end development. Of course, we have the big companies like CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike hiring senior front end engineer, 140 to 215,000. Stop playing with them. They're like, yo, stop playing with us. You know what I'm saying? This is CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike is that big ass company that focuses on security. And they're looking for a front end engineer. Now, I've never heard of Falcon Foundry platform, so let me look that up. Okay. Let me see. I just never heard of that platform. Best class EDR. Da da da. Okay. So this is like all security stuff, like probably like cybersecurity and things like that. That's what CrowdStrike really specializes in. Okay. Let's continue looking over here. Web engineer. Let me see. ABGO, seeking a web engineer, innovation team, design development team responsible performing accessible web applications, build reusable components. Okay, they integrate with a backend services, including GraphQL and CMS platforms. So they're looking for somebody that focuses on probably React, right? Let me see what else we got in here. We got front-end developer, React developer, paperless environments in Baton Rouge. Wow, Louisiana. They're willing to pay 80,000 to 120,000. Bro, I haven't seen a job in Louisiana above 60, 70,000. They desperate right now. I mean, they're looking remote work, right? So they're like, yo, we just want to get somebody that's really good. It is what it is. This is how much they gotta pay, to compete. 80 to 120,000 to get somebody that's really good. But it's remote work, which is good. Paperless environments. Never heard of this either. Again, there's a lot of companies out here hiring, and that's the cool thing about it, right? So they supercharge your AP software with Pvolt. Okay, simplify compliance, risk management. Okay, improve customer relationships. So okay, so I'm guessing they work with like companies that's in the space of construction and things like that. Okay, that's interesting, right? Web developer, SEO specialist, USA, blue collar scholars. Okay, 50 to 150,000 a year. That's crazy. Location is in Medellin, Buenos Aires, remote. Okay, so we're looking for a skilled developer with strong SEO knowledge. But that's such a big range. They're like, yo, from 50,000 to 150,000. Shoot, bro. They're like, yo, it's like you go into that interview, they're gonna go in and be like, what type of salary you want to get? Now you in there like, well, it's from 50,000 to 150,000. Now you're like, damn, that's a big range. Like, come on now. So yeah, 2 years of experience, right? Again, anything that mentions anything below 3 years, like, is entry level, especially when you have like 50,000, like the starting point. Anybody could pick that up. Okay. So again, if you're a web developer passionate about SEO, wants to help drive measurable results in real businesses, we love to hear from you. Interesting. Okay, 50,000 to 150,000. Okay, we're gonna save that for later, so we can add it on codingphase.com. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, right? For anybody that's wondering, codingphase.com right now is literally $1 a day. Okay, you could get started with $30 a month. And there's no commitment, long-term commitment. You could come in, take the courses, and basically, if you knock all the courses out in 1 month, you only pay for 1 month. If you go in and you knock it out in 6 months, all you have to do is just pay for 6 months. You get what I'm saying? So there's no long-term commitment. You can just come in. We focus on the things that's gonna get you results. It's very simple, very straightforward. This is our curriculum. This is how it works. Okay. You start a career path. We don't teach you how to code. We teach you skills to get a job. Okay. That's the big difference between us and what everybody else does. Okay. We go in, give you the courses, teaching you those skills. From there, we help you by giving you the projects that you need to be building for each portfolio. And we give you the portfolio template so you could go in and look like $1 million. You look like a professional. Okay. If you don't have a really good portfolio and you don't have the right projects for the position, don't expect the job, bro. You get what I'm saying? Don't expect the job. Don't expect that you're going to get anything. That's just how it is. Okay. You actually need to be niching down and focusing on jobs that will give you an opportunity and will allow you to get in without no experience. Okay. I just dropped a video today. Go check it out. After this live stream, if you want, right, go check it out. It's literally on my YouTube channel where we talk about how you could get a job with no degree in 2025. Okay. And I explain in detail. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it, because a lot of people think that, hey, you can't get a job without a degree. And then some people think that they could get certain jobs without a degree or certificates. And the truth is that you can't. Okay. So in there, I go in, I break down from Fortune 500 companies to large companies to mid-size to small size to local businesses, right? And I explain each one on what type of jobs you could get, which ones you require certificates and which ones you don't, which one you require a degree, which one you require experience to be able to get. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out on my YouTube channel. But again, like I said, guys, this is the process. It's very straightforward. You focus on a career path, you learn the skills, you build the projects for your portfolio, then you build a portfolio. And then from there, you start building your resume, right? And then from there, you go on the job board. We look for jobs, right? We look for jobs for our students, and we give you that list of jobs, right? This is what we've been doing for the past 8 years. Don't believe me? You could go on codingphase.com. You can look at all of the students that have came through codingphase.com. It's very simple, $30 a month, all right? Get started today, all right? So let's get back into the chat. Let's see what's going on in the chat, man. Talk to me. First time doing this with the vertical live stream, so bear with me, okay? Bear with me, definitely. First time doing this, so let's see what's going on in the chat. Okay, let me see in here, reading through here. Shout out to Dominique. I saw Dominique last night on the accountability meeting. Joe, what's up? I fixed my website last night after the accountability meeting. Clean up the header section after the 750 pixel screen size. Nice. Okay, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. He said, I'm not waiting until tomorrow. I'm gonna knock it out right after the meeting. Good job, Dominique. This is the difference between somebody that wants it and somebody that's like, man, I'm trying to see if I could get a job without doing any work. It's like, nah. Dominique came in, said, yo, Joe, look at this project. What do I need to fix on it? We gave him the pointers. Comes in right after the meeting. He fixed it. Now today he's like, yo, it's done. Okay? Some people, you give them a task. You say, hey, man, you got to fix this. Yeah, I'll have this ready by next week. Next week, they don't show up to the meeting. And now they show up 2 weeks later and be like, yeah, man, my dog died. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Joe, I'm sorry, man. I got a paper cut, man. You know, it's been hard out here for me. Right? By the way, man, shout out to Deborah. My homegirl Deborah from Jamaica. I hope you're okay, Deborah, if you're watching this. I know Jamaica got hit really bad with the hurricane. I know how that feels. I feel your pain. Hopefully you wasn't affected. I don't see you here in the live stream, but just know that I miss you and I wish nothing but the best for you. Again, Deborah is a subscriber to codingphase.com and also to being a supporter on the channel for a long time. So, you know, I want you guys to, you know, throw him some love over there. You know what I mean? And all my people from Jamaica, y'all know me. I'll be doing the brook up. Y'all know me. I'm doing the heel toe. You get what I'm saying? Y'all know me. I'm damn near Jamaican. You get what I'm saying? So those are my people. So shout out to Deborah. If you're watching this, Deborah, wish nothing but the best for you. And I hope that you're okay. Okay? Because I haven't seen you in the live stream since the hurricane. So I'm praying to God that nothing happened to you and that you're okay. Okay? And shout out to all my Jamaicans. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. Jason Tanner DM in the thumbnail. He got a ring for each language. You like that one, man, right? Let me see. It's currently almost impossible to find a job. Francisco says, currently almost impossible to find a job in Web3 as a junior. Do you have any insights about that? Switch up, bro. This is my advice. Web3 was popping 2020. 2020 to 2021. By 2022 died down and it's been dead for a long time. Okay, nobody talking about Web3. Nobody's really highlighting that there's some opportunities out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But if you're a junior developer and you're trying to find a job, I wouldn't be focusing on Web3 right now. What I will be focusing is on the things that's gonna get me a job and get me paid. Once you go in and you see an opportunity for Web3, you continue applying to them and you continue putting yourself out there, because I'm not telling you to not do it. It's just, if you can't find a job, you got to pivot. Okay? Right now, this is not the time to be broke. This is not the time to not have a job. You get what I'm saying? This is a time in history where you need to be getting a bag. If you're not getting a bag and you're not getting a good bag, because you could be getting a bullshit bag of, you know, $15 an hour, $14 an hour. That's not a bag. You barely surviving out here. Okay? You need to start making that 35, that 40, that 50, right? An hour, 70. If you could catch a $100 an hour job, yeah, you're living good. You're living comfortably. Okay? If you're making less than $30 an hour, right now, you know it, I know it, you're struggling. So my advice to you as a friend, as somebody that cares about you, is pivot into other things. Right now, we see a lot of opportunities in AI, right? And I'm not talking about just AI, like, hey, you got to go in and work with LLMs and this and that. They're going to want experience. They're going to want the degrees. They're going to want a lot of stuff. But what you could do is you could go into the space of integration, okay? Something that's really big right now is Go High Level. If you guys search up Go High Level, if you search NAN, right? There's a lot of companies that's looking for people to come in and set up the automations for them. Okay. And you could find a lot of opportunities with that, right? If you're doing Web3 is not that easy, right? So that means you know how to code, right? So now you go in and you say, okay, I know how to code. I know how to do this. Let me train myself in some new technologies. Let me train myself in new opportunities. You got things like Salesforce. You got things like Klaviyo. You got things like Shopify, right? Look at the things that people are using. When you go on social media, right? What are people using to sell products? Guess what? That doesn't dry up. People are buying every single day. What's going on a TikTok shop? People are going in using Shopify to be able to list their products, and then from there list it on TikTok, list it on Google, list it on all these other platforms, right? But how do you do that, right? You got to use Shopify. Most people don't know how to use Shopify, and they know the basics just to list a product or something like that. But as their companies grow, e-commerce companies constantly grow, right? As they grow, they're going to need more people to come in and do the work. Create a custom application, create a custom website, create certain, ways to keep track of the conversion rates, right? Attribution, right? If you don't know what that means, it's just the process of someone sees an ad on Facebook, they click on the ad, they go to the landing page. That landing page has a product. From there, a Facebook pixel gets triggered that the person viewed it. Then from there, a new advertisement gets shown to that person that is like, hey, we got a 20% off, 30% off, right? When that person does purchase that product, guess what? That's the attribution. What gets the credit of actually being the reason that they bought that product? It could be an email. It could be a campaign on advertisement. It could be a Google search keyword, right? Setting up all those automations and setting up all those things is what helps a business make money. Okay? So this is what I would tell you as a friend. If I want to go in and find a job now, those are the things that I'm going to focus on. Okay? Focus on things that's going to get businesses money. Okay? If you could make a business money, you're going to always have a job. Okay. Web3 right now, I haven't seen like a small business or even medium-sized business. Yo, we need a Web3 app. I haven't seen that, bro. So I'm just being honest. Again, I'm not shitting on it because I know there's a space for it, right? But it's not as big as people thought it was going to be. Okay. AI came in, took over everything. You know, if you was on the AI wave in 2023, early 2023, shit, right now you caking, you balling. Okay. The people that was in Web3, you know, that shit ain't really going nowhere. It was like, it got a lot of hype. Shout out to everybody in here. We see a couple of people in here, remote USA or anywhere in the world. I focus in the USA, bro. Unfortunately, I'm in the US, and this is where the money is. There's other countries out there that have jobs and opportunities, but this is where the money at. So I focus on the money. Let me see. Reading through here. Indeed doesn't even reply, or does even reply. Yes. So there's jobs that's gonna be bullshit jobs that, sometimes some companies, they list it out to list it out, right? This is why we go in and we have our job board on codingphase.com, where we go in and we have all of these jobs vetted, meaning that there's somebody going through each one of these jobs and looking for those opportunities. Like if you go to codingphase.com, you click on the job board, right? We have all the jobs listed that we have already confirmed that are solid, okay? This is one of the things that we offer to our students at codingphase.com. You come in, you learn the skills, we give you the projects, we give you everything. Like damn near the last thing that I got to do is walk you into the office so you could get an interview. But we give you everything. But yes, Indeed does work, okay? People think like Indeed doesn't work. No, it doesn't work because you're applying to every job out there. You need to have the right skills, right? You need to have the right resume. Again, this is why we have on Coding Phase our own resume builder. So when you're about to apply to jobs, you're using the right resume. You don't want to use the pretty resume. You don't want to use the resume with 2 columns. You want to use a resume that actually is going to get through the ATS bots, right? And this is supposed to be in a specific format. Sometimes you see like websites that they have really pretty resumes, but what happens is like the format that they have, they can't read through all the keywords. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a job description. Okay. You have a job description. That job description has a couple of lines, right? And in there has specific keywords like, hey, let's say I'm an email developer. I know how to use Litmus. I know I was doing testing on Litmus. I was using A/B testing on this platform. I was using Klaviyo for setting up the campaigns. We were setting up email sequences, this, and that, right? So imagine you have 5, 6, 7 lines of bullet points of what you did on that job. If you don't have the right resume, a lot of times, not every single thing that you have wrote on your resume actually gets picked up. So when you apply to Indeed or LinkedIn or even Dice.com or Glassdoor, what happens is if you don't have the right format for that resume, now some parts are not getting picked up. So if I listed a job that said, well, I need somebody that knows Litmos, Klaviyo, MailChimp, and HubSpot, but you're missing 2 lines. So you have the Klaviyo and Litmos, but what about the MailChimp? What about the HubSpot line, right? So you missed out on that. So now the ATS bot is just pretty much a filter system where it looks at how many keywords that this person that is listing the job is specifically saying, hey, we're requiring Klaviyo, we're requiring MailChimp, we're requiring HubSpot. And if your resume doesn't get picked up, right, or the ATS bot doesn't go through every single line on it because of the format of the resume, guess what? This is why when you apply on Indeed, you don't get no responses. Look, I started applying for some jobs as like a testing thing to see like, oh, let me see what's out there, right? Around September. On a weekend, I got 7 interviews lined up in one weekend. Okay, 1 weekend. Now you might say, well, Joe, of course you got 10 plus years in this thing. Of course you're gonna get a bunch of interviews. But to be honest with you, a lot of the positions that I applied to were like really like simple positions. They're like stuff that you could get. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I do that is because it's like if I want to look for a job or I want to see an opportunity, I don't want to be here 6 months waiting for a full stack software engineer job. Like I don't want to wait. I know those positions are getting filled up and there's too many people going for them. So I'm going to go where it's easier for me. It makes my life easy because to be honest with you, if I make $90,000 or I make $120,000, it makes no sense to me. Like it doesn't make a difference to me. A $20,000, $30,000 doesn't make a difference for me at all. Now, for somebody out there, they'll say, well, Joe, I'm building up right now. I need 120. Well, guess what? Then now you're going to have to go and sit your ass down for 6 months, waiting until the next opportunity comes up for you, right? So for me, what I'm saying with that is that the jobs is there. You got to have the right resume. And when you apply to the right jobs. You'll find a job quickly. Now, this is another thing too. When you go and get interviews, guys, right? You got to kill it. You got to go in there and be comfortable, be confident. I see a lot of people that have all the skills, but when they go to interviews, they be like, man, Joe, I got 2 interviews this week. I got 3 interviews this week. And then for some reason, every time they go to an interview, they don't get picked. There's something you're doing wrong in the interviews. You're not confident. You're not the one. You know, if I'm interviewing you, you got to look like you're the one. Like, why would I choose you amongst this other 5, 6 other guys? Always remember, the moment you get an interview, that means you're qualified, right? So you're qualified for the position, either from your experience, the projects, your portfolio that you have, what you said on your resume. You're qualified for the position. We wouldn't call you unless you're qualified. Now, your job on an interview is convince me that I need to choose you, right? Convince me that I need to choose you. If you cannot do that on an interview, it doesn't matter how much skills you have, you're not going to get a job. And usually it's fine. You usually, might not land a job on your first 2-3 interviews. But after the 3rd interview, you got to start coming in with a different sauce, a different swag, a different aura. Like, yeah, I'm the one. What's going on? It's Big Joe. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, life depends on it. Because you already went through the hardest part. You learned the skill, right? You freaking got a resume that's banging. You got a portfolio that's banging, right? Now you got chosen, right? Now you're going to the Wizard of Oz. When you go to the Wizard of Oz, now you got to say, yo, everybody here is clowns. I'm the one. I'm the one that's supposed to be in this job. What's up? Right? You got to go with that energy. If you go in there like, oh man, I'm scared. I don't know what they're gonna ask me. Oh man, I don't know if I could do this. You go into that interview and you go blank. Now all you do is Now you the master, right? You gotta go in and be like, hey man, I'm an email developer. I've actually been working with Klaviyo. I work with MailChimp. I set up some campaigns here. I can show you on my website. You see this email is all responsive. I tested it on multiple applications, different services. I've done A/B testing. I've done, landing pages. I even go in out of my way to also learn a little bit about marketing and a little bit about design. I could use Figma. What you need me to do? Let me start asking you some questions now. I see that you guys are an e-commerce company. I mean, what type of products do you guys usually focus on? Well, we focus on, women's health, right? They sell freaking, I don't know. They sell freaking bras that vibrate. Oh yes, so you guys sell bras that vibrate. Oh, that's really cool. Is there something like a specific reason why the bras got to vibrate? Yeah, it's something that helps them to make sure they don't get breast cancer. Oh, that's really cool, right? I had a cousin that had breast cancer at one time, and luckily for her, she passed everything. She was good. Come up with some shit. Start the conversation. You get what I'm saying? Like again, I'm just giving you a scenario, right? You see how I just went in, flowed, and just like I could sit down. You put Mark Zuckerberg in front of me. I'll come up with some shit, make his head fucking spin, right? It don't matter because I'm already confident. I already know what I can do, right? But if you go into the interviews like, yeah, or you in a Zoom call and you in there in a Zoom call like this, the room is all dark, and you're like, with a blurry ass background, shitty ass camera. Guys, sometimes you gotta invest in yourself, right? Sometimes you gotta invest in yourself. It's funny. Last night I seen a tweet. Let me see if I could find it. There was a guy on X that posted a thing. This is the thing that this guy posted, right? Let me see if I could share this in the screen. I don't know if you could see it. Now, if you see something crazy in my Twitter, hey, don't judge. you know Twitter's kind of crazy, right? All right, so let me see. Cool. So so this guy came in and he says like, yo, I'm sorry, but this is simply a lot of money for a screen recorder. So there's this application called, I forgot the name of it, but it's basically a screen recording tool. And what it does is it does like nice animations as you're recording and you're showing your software as a service. Everyone uses it because it's a great presentation of your application. You guys have probably seen it, okay? But it costs $30 a month, okay? It costs $30 a month. And this individual is like, I'm sorry, but this is simply a lot of money for a screen recorder. And in reality, bro, the amount of money that you're going to make by having a really good presentation, right? It makes the application worth the $30. They're not holding you hostage. You could use it for whatever time you need it, and then you could cancel it. It's $30. Okay, but there's people that they're not willing to invest in themselves. They're not willing to pay for anything. And then when they don't get results, then they be like, well, man, shit, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to find a free way. It's the same shit what happens a lot of times with people like learning to code and trying to get into the game, right? You hear the story of like, man, you could learn all of this shit for free. Yes, you could learn all of this for free, but you're going to make a bunch of mistakes and you're going to be one of these people frustrated in the comment section, spending 2 years, 3 years trying to get a job in the industry. Invest in yourself, okay? When I got into this game, I invested in myself. Since I came into this game, I've been paying. I'm not one of these fucking people. I'm looking for the torrent. I'm looking for the freaking the YouTube tutorial. If it's not on YouTube, I'm not learning it. Invest in yourself. It's $30. Okay. Again, codingphase.com is $30, but I don't care where you go. Go somewhere, learn somewhere, invest in yourself. Okay, there's people that they don't invest in themselves and then wonder like why is it that nothing is working for them. Okay, when you invest in yourself, either using software, either paying for a domain, paying for a hosting, maybe paying for a template, right? Maybe paying for somebody to write your resume. You're skipping the steps of the mistakes. You're skipping the steps of wasting time. That's what you're paying for, you know? And it's funny because this guy's tweet went viral because it's like, bro, it's $30. You want to use a tool, right? He's like, yo, I want to use the tool, right? Let me see. There was a comment here. He's like, man, I want to use the tool, but it, you know, there's free versions of it, but they don't have the feature that I want. Well, if you want the specific feature and you want to use the software, go ahead and freaking pay for it. You want to look like $1 million. You want to look like the cool applications that have the nice presentation and the nice app. Guess what? Pay for the same shit that they're using. Okay? There's people out here that's making a lot of money because they're paying for software for it. They're paying for advertisement. They're paying for, you know, people that already have those expertise and helping them achieve what they want to achieve. But then there's some individuals that's like, nah, bro, I'm going the free route. I don't want to invest in anything. Bro, what, you know what I mean? Like this guy's like, he wants to get Photoshop, which is a paid service, right? In a sense, like this is not Photoshop what he was talking about, but he wants to get the quality of software like Photoshop, but then complaining that it's like, yeah, man, but you know, GIMP is not that good. Yeah, because GIMP is fucking open source. They work on that shit whenever they want to work on it. They add features whenever they want to add features. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing with like even like learning how to code or learning how to get a job in the tech industry and stuff like that. There's people that you could say, well, I could go on YouTube. YouTube, most people give you whatever it's leftovers, whatever they could give you because it's free. They have no responsibility in actually helping you out. They have no responsibility in making sure that if they give you an advice that there's actually some results behind it. They're going to give you what's there. It's just like, hey, what you was looking for? Node.js? And you want a React tutorial? Cool. Let me give you an 8-hour tutorial of how to do this with Next.js and React. That there's no jobs on that? That's not my business. My business model is I show you some shit that you was looking for. You give me views. You watch my videos. I watch your stuff, right? You watch my stuff. I get paid from the advertisement. I tell you, by the way, go to the link in the description and check out my affiliate links. I have no responsibility to get you a job or help you out. That's what happens when you get the free route. And it's nothing wrong with that. There's some good, you know, some good resources out here, but don't expect to have the Lambo version of it, right? When you're trying to go in and buy a 1992 Honda Civic. You get what I'm saying? Like you went into a fucking a junkyard and you say, yo, y'all got any cars that turn on? Right? They're going to give you some random shit. You can't expect that car to be a Lambo. You ain't paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. You know, sometimes we see this with people even in this process of like, they're trying to get results, but they don't even pay for a domain. I've seen people that be like, bro, $10 a year is a lot, bro. All right, bro. So go put it on Heroku. Go put it on GitHub. And now when you go in and you apply to a job, it looks like github.com/pages/user Lil Billy 237. That's not professional. If you give that to a client, let's say right now you was on Fiverr, Upwork, or any platform, you go in and be like, hey man, can I see some of your work? Yeah, bro, go to github.com/user/Lil Billy 237. Are you paying this dude? I mean, let's be honest. Are you gonna pay this dude? I wouldn't pay that guy $1. You give me a GitHub page, I'm not paying you, bro. You can't even invest in yourself. You don't believe in your own shit. I'm not paying for anybody with a GitHub page. Because you're not taking this shit serious. And a lot of times this stuff happens because people they don't believe in themselves and don't believe in putting themselves first. Even like for a template, look, you go to themeforest.net, right? Themeforest.net. There's a bunch of templates for your portfolio. I've seen people in the comment section like, nah, bro, I'd rather go and build that. And mind you, you come back to them a month later and like, yo, how's that portfolio? The portfolio styles don't look good. The animations look horrible, right? It took them a month to do this. Now there's a guy out here that goes in and takes himself serious. He said, shit, I'll pay the $10 for a domain. Shit, I'll go in and use Vercel. It'll be free for X amount of time, right? So I got free hosting, I pay for a domain, and I'll go in and I'll pay the $15, $20 for an extra template. So my portfolio could look nice and professional, right? Even for full stack applications, I've seen people that they don't know how to design. They don't know how to go in and create like really good applications, right? And they're like, okay, they're good at coding in the back end, but their front end is garbage. And they don't understand that when you are presenting something to someone, right? If I go in and I say, hey guys, I'm trying to sell you this soda, okay? But this soda, right? Instead of coming in like this, right? Brand new bottle comes in like this. This is my portfolio, guys, right? This is my portfolio. If it looks like this, don't expect you're going to get results like something like this. That's just how it is. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself and make you look like you up there, right? Even though you are a beginner, you're just starting, you want to look like I'm that guy. When you go to this interviews, right? Invest in yourself in a little camera. You don't have to get nothing fancy. You go to Best Buy, you buy yourself a $20 camera. You go to eBay, you buy a nice little camera for $30 used. A camera that's $100. Now you buy it used for $30. But you're investing in yourself because you want the nice little thing. You buy on TikTok Shop, you buy a nice little lighting. So when you do meetings and Zoom calls, you look like a pro. You get what I'm saying? Because that's just how it is. Like if I go in and I see somebody that, and I'm not saying nothing about somebody homeless, but if a dude is under a bridge and tells me, yo, man, I got some advice for you. I know how you could make $1 million. I'm looking around like, bro, you under a bridge, bro. Give yourself that advice. You get what I'm saying? Give yourself that advice before I could take your advice. Now, if the guy comes in and is driving a Benz, pops up and says, you know what, man, Joe, I think you're doing good with your business, but I think you could do it better this way. I'm paying attention to him. The presentation, the guy might be a beginner, but the presentation of it already caught my attention where I can say, you know what, I'll give him the time of day. That's just how it is in life and anything. So investing in yourself, even just a little bit, could take you even further. Okay? Shout out to everybody that's in here. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Let me know if you're in here with me. Leave a message. Okay, let me see. Let's go, Joe. Big Don ready to contribute automation curriculum. Yeah, let's make it happen, bro. I'm at work. I don't respond. I would just be in a little bit. Okay, nice. I do radius. Don't worry, bro. If you're working, hey, do what you got to do. Get your bag. You know what I mean? Don't let me take you away from a bag. Let me see. Reading through here. I do radius says, I appreciate everything you do. No, thank you, bro. Let me see. The vertical looks thrown. It don't look good. Don't look good with the vertical. Yes, you're not gonna see. It's when you're looking at the vertical, bro, you're not gonna see the description, bro. It's vertical, bro. It's vertical. You're not gonna see the description of the job, right? That's why I'm talking about it, right? We're going in and reading them, right? So you're not gonna see. They say, yo, but I can only see half of it. It's vertical, bro. It's like, yo, we on a vertical screen right now, bro. The point of the vertical screen is because most people now use their mobile phones, right, for live streams and etc. YouTube wants you to start doing more live streams in vertical form. And guess what? We can't go against the algorithm. We got to go in and give it what it wants, right? Let me see. Reading through here. What do you think of a triple 10? I mean, I don't know, bro. Isn't triple 10 that boot camp, bro? I'll be honest. I haven't seen one person that has told me, yo, triple 10, I got a job because of triple 10. And I've been doing this for 8 years. I haven't seen one person. I don't know their business model. I know they reach out to me all the time for me to like do a collaboration, sponsorships, but I don't do sponsorships from boot camps, right? One of the reasons why I don't do that is because I don't trust nobody. I don't know what type of work they're gonna do. I mean, I'm not gonna say no names of like influencers, but remember a couple of years ago, Lambda, right? Everybody was on Lambda. Man, you could go to Lambda. It's a SIA. You don't gotta pay. Go check it out, right? All of these people that was on pushing Lambda, they made thousands of dollars on top of people's heads. Okay, it's the same thing what I see like on TikTok, on Instagram, where you'll see people like this with the Lambo. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to talk without showing some shit. Like, hey guys, you want to become a developer, you want to become a government contractor, you want to become this and that. They can't do shit. They can't talk without a Lambo, a Mercedes Benz behind them, right? They can't really do that, right? They just go in and yeah, man, because just in case you want to learn, right? If you want to be like me and be in this Rolls Royce, right? They can't even talk to people, right? Those influencers, they get paid by connecting you to boot camps, right? Triple 10, I don't know their business model. I don't know what they do, right? I know that when somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want to learn how to code, I want to learn these new skills, or just say, hey, Joe, I just want to get a new job. Help me out. I know that I'm going to do the work and I trust myself that I can deliver on it. Boot camps, I don't know, because I've seen so many scams from we seen the Deaf Mountains, we seen the Lambda, we seen the Full Stack Academy, the App Academy. We seen so many of these boot camps that pop up. And then you'll see a bunch of people that come from those boot camps and end up at codingphase.com. And then they'll be like, damn, I wish I would have found you a year ago. I wish I would have found you 2 years ago. It's already too late. They're already in a loan. Because the boot camp, they don't care if you get a result or not. Their job is to show it to you. It's like, well, ta-da, you saw Node.js. Ta-da, you saw React. Ta-da, you learned full stack. Ta-da, you learn all this shit. And then you in there like, but I'm a beginner. I didn't really get to learn everything. Ta-da, here's your diploma. But you're like, yeah, but how am I going to get a job? That's not our business. You pay for us to show you some shit for 3 months. That's on you now. But now you want to get a refund. You want to call somebody. You can't talk to them because the deal is not with them. And it's not with the influencer you see on YouTube. The deal is with a bank now, a private lender, where now you got to go in and be like, yo, I ain't learned shit. Like, y'all ain't really take care of me. Y'all ain't really teach me nothing. I ain't really learned anything, right? And we're not going to put everything on the boot camps, because a lot of times is also too, there's people that's just not dedicated, right? Some people just don't have the time, right? Some people don't they actually need more time than 3 months or even 6 months. That's why when you come to Coding Phase, again, and it sounds like I'm bringing it back to me. No, this is why I do it this way, where you could come in and say, well, Joe, I'll sign up for a year, right? With a 25% off, 50% off, is like $180. You're not losing your house. You're not losing your credit. You're not going out of your way. It's a small amount. You sign up for the monthly. Oh, I'll try this out. I don't even know if I want it. Let me try this out, see if it works. Guess what? The commitment is just $30, right? The people that follow it through, they're going to get the results. The people that need more time, they could stay a whole year. The person that comes in and knocks it out in like 2-3 months, they're out of here. They get the job and keep it moving. And all they spend was $60, $90. But when you go to a boot camp, it's way more money without no guarantees that you're going to get paid after this boot camp or that they're going to continue to work with you. Because I will definitely promote a boot camp if they had the same type of business model that I have, which is I'll work with you until you find your job. I'll work with you for as long as you need me. Now, of course, you're paying for a monthly subscription. The moment you don't pay, then I'll have to say, hey, man, for this month, I can't really help you out until you continue with your subscription, right? Because you're paying for the services, right? Pay as you go. But there's people that need more time. There's people that need 6 months, a year, right? Because they could learn the skills in 3 months, but they still got to learn things about the interviews. They still got to work on their projects or portfolio. Or maybe they got to go in and maybe they don't want to work. Like I had somebody this summer, shout out to him. I forgot his name. But shout out to him. He knows if you see me on the live stream. He's a teacher, right? He's a teacher. He wanted to learn the skills to be able to get a job, right? As an email developer. He comes in around April, around there. Comes in April. He didn't really, let's just say he didn't have time, right? He didn't have time in April. By May, June, he started taking it more serious because by the end of June, you got to sign a contract to be able to let the school board know, hey, I'm coming back to work the following year. So he came in, boom, 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 started doing his work, did everything that he needed to do, but he had to sign the contract because he don't know, okay, maybe I could find a job this summer or maybe I could find it by the end of the year, but I need a job. So at least I have this secured. So he comes in, learn the skills, right? By June, he already had a job offer. But guess what? He already signed his contract, okay? So by him coming to Coding Phase, his lifestyle and his situation is different than most people. But now he has the skill. He already got an offer. He knows he could now get a job by next year. So this whole year, he's still a member of codingphase.com, learning the next things that's going to help him go into front-end development, Shopify development, right? So he could continue to learn. And next year, once his contract finishes as a teacher, he's like, yo, I'm ready. Now he's saving his money, stacking it up, etc. Right? But if you go to a bootcamp is completely different. Bootcamp is like, yo, what if he needed 6 months or 9 months? Well, after 3 months, that's it. Ta-da. And you want to get more help with us? Yeah, you're going to have to come up with another $15,000 and we're going to sign you up for another 3 months. I already paid $15,000. Well, I got to pay another $15,000 for you to help me find a job or help me build my portfolio or help me build my resume. That's the problem with boot camps. That's why I don't promote any boot camp, because how can I? I don't know how they're going to go in and take care of the people. When someone comes to me, I have to make sure that these individuals are getting results, because it's my face, my name. I'm not one of those people that don't care. Like there's people that go in and be like, yo, they'll sell you poison and be like, well, that ain't my problem. He's stupid enough to go and sign up for that shit. I don't live like that because I still got to go outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these people that live in the middle of America, or I live I got to bump into the hood. You know what I'm saying? I got to bump into the hood. A dude comes in and be like, yo, Joe, you got me for $7,000. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? I got to now answer to that, right? But when I go outside, all I get is nothing but love. People's like, yo, Joe, you changed my life. Yo, Joe, thank you for this, da-da-da. Yo, Joe, da-da. People want to take pictures with me. People want to hang out with me. Because I show them love, I'll take care of them. Now, if I'm like one of these random influencers or CEOs, you don't see those people outside. They don't go outside. They in specific areas, specific places. They can't be out in the streets. I'm out here, okay? Like I'm out here. You might go right now to Brandon Mall in Tampa. You might bump into me at fucking Foot Lockers, buying some sneakers for my kids. You get what I'm saying? And I could walk around with my head high, like, yo, I ain't scammed nobody. I basically gave them all the results that they paid for. I put in the work that they needed. I gave them all the resources. Some of these people, they can't do that because how can you when you sign up somebody for $7,000 boot camp? I mean, look at it. Triple 10 right now. How much is Triple 10? Just on this, right? I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Okay, starting price here is $11,350. Cybersecurity $12,150. AI automation $7,000. UI UX $7,000. Quality assurance bootcamp $5,000. $7,000. I don't know their business model. I don't know them. I just know that, you know, most people haven't had any luck with boot camps like that. And usually what happens with people that go to boot camps, the people that actually really do good are people that's insecure. Now you might say, Joe, what are you talking about? Well, there's people that are really good programmers, really good, sometimes even have degrees, but they don't feel confident enough to find a job out there. Okay? So they go to a boot camp, pay $6,000-$7,000, right? $10,000, and they look like rock stars. They be like, damn, how the fuck, how does this guy know this shit? How does this guy's been coding for 5 years. He's been coding for 5 years. You showing up like, I just watched this on video on TikTok, and this guy told me to sign up to this, and now I'm here, and you trying to compete with that guy. He has 5 years over you. He just wasn't confident enough to find his own position and get into the game. So he needed this validation of a bootcamp certificate. This is facts. This is the shit that people don't talk about. The amount of people that go to boot camps that, you know, you'll see them in the top 3. Like, damn, this guy works like this and that. This guy, this and that. Because the boot camps will show you the highlights. They show you the highlights, but they don't show you that out of, like, say, 30 people in a course, 27 of them don't have a job after it. You know what I'm saying? That in 30 people that's in a course, 3 to 5 were people that have been coding for years. And then you show up there thinking like, yeah, we on the same level. What's up, man? How's everything? Everybody good here? Da-da-da. And then you see some dude in the front. Yo, what's going on? What's going on with Lil Billy? Yo, whose mans is this? Yo, he got the project done already? Bro, I'm still on the first page. I'm still trying to learn what an index.html is. Oh, he got the whole shit done? Oh, he got a database? Oh, he put it on AWS? And you in there like, you in there struggling, trying to fucking drag and drop something into Netlify. And you're like, am I stupid or I can't get this. There's people that already been coding at boot camp, show up to a boot camp, and they need a pat in the back. I've seen people, I remember, I'll never forget about this shit. I go work at some agency in Long Island. There was this guy from Full Stack Academy. Right? I'm in there. Boom. I'm doing some WordPress. I'm a self-taught developer. Right? I'm a self-taught developer. This is probably like maybe like 3rd, 4th job or some shit like that. And I'm just excited because they work in the space of marketing. They work with celebrities. They do a lot of cool shit. And I'm there. And one of the owners, which is like, he was also the technical guy. He's trying to compare me with this other guy. I'm like, bro, I'm actually a self-taught developer. And I only have maybe like a year, 2 years in this shit, right? Or something like that. I can't remember the exact date. But it was like early on in my career. And this guy goes in, he's like, yeah, man. And I asked him, bro, I asked the other dude, Lil Billy. I'm asking, yo, Lil Billy, what's up, bro? How long you been coding, bro? Because I'm looking at his shit. I'm like, this guy's working at the time. This was like early stages, Node.js, like not how you guys use it. You guys using Node.js with a framework with Next.js. No, this guy was working on Node.js raw data, like raw fucking Node.js, where you had to go in and use the APIs of Node.js. This is before Express, before all of this shit was even popular. Okay? Where you have to build everything yourself. And I'm like, yo, Lil Billy, what's up, bro? Da-da-da. And he's like, yeah, I went to Full Stack Academy. I only have 9 months. Now, mind you, I go in, I'm like, this don't add up. Because you can't get a boost in a 3-month boot camp of the difference of the level of coding from a guy that has 3 months in a fucking boot camp and somebody that had like a year and a half. I have more time than this fucking guy. There's no way that there's like levels to this shit. Like, damn, this guy's just a genius. I go in, look up his name, popped up. This motherfucker's been coding since high school, getting awards. He's in there with fucking yo. And this is why when I tell you guys you don't know everybody's Carfax, don't compare yourself to anybody out here. You worry about you, worry about your own skills, and worry about you getting paid. You don't need to compare yourself to nobody, because that's when that shit took off like the veil for me. Like, I was like, yo, look at this dude. He ain't here acting like he only got 9 months to get that pat in the back, to have like the people around him like, oh my God, he's such a prodigy. This dude's been coding since like 14. Fucking, what's the name of this shit? Like doing hackathons. I seen them, they have him on a shoulder. When you 14, 15 years old and they have you on a shoulder because you won a hackathon, yeah, bro, you've been coding for a long fucking time, bro. Stop bullshitting. Like, I'm in there like, yo, I'm sweating bullets. Like, yo, I got a year in this shit. How the fuck this guy went to a boot camp and he got way more levels than me? So I had to go into the Carfax. I had to go in. I got to find out who the fuck is this guy. Because there's no way. Either I'm fucking dumb or this guy is a fucking genius. This guy don't even need to be here then, if he's fucking coding like this. I look into this shit. This guy's been doing fucking Java, been doing C#, been doing fucking C++ games. I'm just like this, bro. I wanted to grab him. Yo, because every fucking day, like the guy that worked with me will be like, well, Matt, look what Matt's working on. I'm in there like building some fucking PHP backend bullshit with WordPress, and I'm in there like sweating bullets with some random shit, getting stuck in the context API. And Matt is in here zooming through fucking Node.js, no fucking Express, no nothing, just raw dogging it, and he's in there killing it, and I'm in there like, yo, there's no way this guy is so much better than me, bro. They had this dude on a shoulder. You know when you go in and you get the MVP and you put him on your shoulder and you say, yo, this the guy at 14, 15 years old, and this motherfucker goes to a boot camp and has the audacity to come in and say, well, yeah, man, I only have 9 months. And then I pressed him on it, and I said, bro, I thought you said you only had 9 months. Well, I have 9 months in web development. I wanted to grab that dude by the neck, grab him, flip him upside down, and do a power driver. Like, bro. Yeah, bro. This is why I've been telling you that sometimes some of these dweebs, right? And they're like, yo, they act like, yeah, man, like so effortlessly. You ain't here in a boot camp, showing up to a boot camp thinking like you competing with a couple of guys that just fucking like they on the same level as you. There's some guys that's insecure that go to these boot camps. And they go in there. I've seen people with electrical engineering degrees, computer science degrees, and still going to a boot camp. It's an insecurity that they have, right? Not because they don't know how to code, they don't know none of this shit. They love that shit. You ever heard of people that they stay in school forever? Like they went to elementary school, primary school, elementary school, junior high school, they go to get their associates at a community college, go to a 4-year school, get their bachelor's, get a double major. After the double major, they come back and get a fucking doctor's degree, PhD. And then you come back, you be like, yo, damn, bro, how many years? Yeah, bro, I've been in school for 12 years. After high school? Yeah, after high school. And I'm going to a boot camp now. That's just insecurity. That's why I'll be telling you guys, like, that's why when people will be like, yeah, but this guy in a boot camp, he got $150,000, $200,000 job. Bro, a lot of these guys are very insecure. They go to these boot camps. The boot camp gives them a pat in the back. And then now you there actually being a beginner thinking that you're competing with them at the same level. This guy's been coding since fucking 14 years old. He don't had, you know, he don't had the whole Roblox server on his fucking laptop type shit. Like, he's been doing this shit for years. And you in there like, yo, man, I just came from a warehouse, bro. Yeah, let me sign up to this boot camp. And the boot camps don't care, because as long as one person learned this shit, y'all must be dumb. Like, they be like, yo, y'all must be dumb, man, because we got this one guy, he got a job at Google now. But no one goes into the Carfax. Start going to the Carfax, start picking that shit up and be like, hold on, bro. You've been coding since 14, bro. Yeah, but it's not web development. Yo, when that dude told me that shit, I wanted to just grab him by the neck, flip him over, go on top of the fucking turnbuckle, and go into a fucking chair and just body slam him. Like, how fucking dare you to say you only got 9 months? You've been coding since 14. You've been doing a bunch of shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should be ashamed of yourself to be fucking trying to get. That's like a guy, to get out of this topic, but that's like a guy. Y'all remember when, y'all remember this Dominican kid that used to play in the minor leagues? Let me see if I find what's the name of this guy, because he's a famous minor league adult Dominican. There was a kid from Dominican Republic that was like damn, what's his name? Minor league Dominican drama controversy. There was a kid. Damn, it's not Wander Franco. Damn, what's the name of this kid? I want to find it, because once I find him, you're gonna be like, y'all know who I'm talking about. Danny Almonte. Right? Danny Almonte, right? This dude was shooting, was throwing the ball in like 2001 at 100 miles per hour. Right? Danny Almonte. Right? Killing it. Winning every freaking competition. And when they went in and they found out how old he was, like this competition, the minor league, minors, major league, whatever, right? The world championship. It's supposed to be for kids like 12 years old, 14 years old. When they found out this kid's like 21 years old. And he's in there with the audacity to be acting like, yeah, man, like, shit, I'm shooting 100 miles per hour. I'm throwing 100 miles per hour. And all the little kids is in there like this, like, what the? He's 14 years old? And it's like, nah, this dude is fucking 21. This dude is 21 years old in a fucking little kid's game of the 12-year-old game. That's how I feel a lot of times about those guys that show up to a boot camp when they have mad years of experience. You should be ashamed of yourself showing up to a boot camp and flexing in there like, yeah, like I know everything. Like, yo, shit is crazy, man. Shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. Reading through here. Reading through here. What do you can't do it? Good recommendations, Renee. Let me see. Took your advice with my picture, changed everything. There you go. Paris Johnson. Hey, I'm here. I want to let me see. I want some advice regarding resume ATS. Does Lexis generate PDF matter or one exported via SMS Word? Fine. I have been trying to find much luck. I think the Microsoft Word are really good ones, but you could find like a good resume builder, like the one that we have on Coding Phase. It uses an old technology to generate the actual PDF, right? So I had to go the long way to go in and build this resume builder. a lot of times you go in and you have new libraries that are like, there's this thing called Puppeteer on Node.js. A lot of these websites, they're using Node.js and they use Puppeteer. What they do is they go in and create a page. Okay, that page takes a screenshot of it and then converts it into a PDF. That's why when you go in and you apply to a resume, to a job with that resume, it doesn't pick up everything. It's supposed to like look up PDFs in the format of PDF. Every text is supposed to be done a certain way. You could take a picture of it and put it inside of a PDF, and when you print it, it looks nice. But when you giving it to like a filter system that has to read through the PDF, you can't read through the images. And sometimes they try to have like ways to do it, but it's too difficult on the systems. Okay, and then it misses out a lot of your keywords. Okay, that's the thing. You know, that's why I don't go in like the resume builder that we have. I'll show you right now, like an example of it. Where is it? Career paths. Yeah, like that's the thing. A lot of the resume builders that you see online, they're using Node.js and they're using Puppeteer. That's just a picture. They're not even they're not even taking your actual data and putting it in a PDF. It's just a picture. It's a screenshot. Okay? It's not actual like generating it. Some people will be like, yo, why my resume don't get through? Bro, you taking a picture and telling the ATS bot, yo, good luck with this shit. Go try to read it. All right? Okay. So let me see if I have an example here. See, download, where's the resume? Okay, so let me see if I can put this on the screen. Okay, so this is an example of the resume. Where's the screen? I gotta learn how to use this vertical screen now. Okay, so in here we have it, right? So all of this is a PDF that's all text. This is not a screenshot. This is not anything else. This is all text. It's in a format that is for the ATS bots to read through everything. Okay? It has the format for the job, right? The company, the actual dates. Okay? It has all of the text. All of this is not a picture. Okay? A lot of this resume builders that you see online, they're not using this older technology to do this. They're going in and actually, skipping steps. They make you a nice, pretty resume, but when you go into it and you look at the actual PDF data, it's actually just an image. Okay? Shout out to everybody in here. I learned to code because Joe was in WWE. Oh man, reading through here. Let me see. Coding is hard, but if you do the work, it's worth it. Yes. Okay. Trey Hammer says, "I'm here in contracts. The only contract I have is with my wife." Okay, good. Good for you, bro. Let me see, reading through here. Paris Johnson laughing, Renee laughing. They're part of the problem. The dude that shows up to a boot camp that been coding for 5-6 years, he's part of the problem. Because also too, it kind of, in a sense, it kind of gives the companies that are catering to beginners, and when they have a Danny Almonte show up to a boot camp, they're like, well, he got it. Why you guys don't got it? Why you guys is not good? He got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's their way out. They be like, well, we got one guy, he got hired. What do you do wrong? And they flip it on you and it's like, yeah, but y'all ain't give me the time. 3 months is too short for me, or maybe I'm doing the part-time one, which is like 6 to 9 months, but it's like so fast paced and they're throwing a million things, and I'm like, yo, I got kids, I got this and that, my dog died, I got a paper cut, I couldn't show up. You missed a week, bro. Why he got it? Why Danny Almonte got it? You get what I'm saying? This time, you in there like, yo, struggling. Fucking, like, I've been seeing people that come out of boot camps, like, yo, they come out, they go in all young and come out all with gray hairs and washed up. They're like, yo, what happened to you, bro? You looking like a raisin. Yeah, bro, I just did a 3 month boot camp, man, and I'm just getting back to the hood. And you start looking at them like, yo, everything went good. Nah, bro. Then you come back 6 months like, how's that job? Man, the industry's so saturated, bro. Like, yeah, this is the excuse for everybody. Everybody that cannot find a job and don't want to get a job, don't want to pivot, don't want to do this shit. They go in, the industry's so saturated, bro. Ain't no way around it. They lied to us. You know what I mean? They say there's jobs everywhere. And it's like, nah, bro, it's not that they lied to you. I mean, that's part of it, but it's really, you don't have the skill. I have right now I have 3 people on Coding Phase, for like the accountability meetings that have told me I went to a boot camp. And then I'm looking at their work, the skills that they have. I'm like, yo, you got to go back to HTML, CSS, the basics. And I had somebody that, I like a lot, right? Again, hopefully they don't get mad. I'm sharing this story. But they were like, yeah, they taught us how to do this with Bootstrap. Like, I think I'm going to have to go back and go through the courses. And I feel bad because I'm like, yo, I don't want to get into it, like how much they pay for the boot camp. But I'm like, yo, it's crazy. You come into this guy, this random dude with a hat on, right? That's been doing it for 8 years and be like, shit, I spent $30. I spent $90 and I learned more here than I learned in this spot where I'm still paying that shit off. And it's a shame. It's a shame, you know what I mean? But to each his own. Whoever wants to go to a boot camp, I'm going to be right here like this with my arms open. I'm going to say, yo, pick you up from under your shoulders. Come in, give you a kiss on the forehead and be like, mwah, daddy still loves you. Welcome home. You know what I mean? It's like a kid that went on a drug binge, right? it's like you wanted to go that route, man. You wanted to go in and you follow that girl. She gave you that meth hit. You wanted to go over there. Daddy always has a home for you here. Welcome home, right? Coding Phase will always take you in, right? And patch you up and get you right back up, to where you're supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people got to learn the hard way. I've seen people that have followed me from like 2018. And they're like, Joe, I love your content. Joe, I love this and that. Then they go in and see some random guy with the nice lighting, the nice camera, nice animations pop up. And it's like, yeah, man, all you have to do is go to Lambda. Right? Now they go they go to Lambda, they go to this and that. And then you actually, bro, how's your career? How's everything? Yeah, bro, it's just it's been kind of rough, the industry's so saturated. You know what I'm saying? If I get $1 for every time I hear somebody say the industry's too saturated when they failed, and then they come back to me and they're like, yo, man, I should have been here a year ago, Joe. You was right. Every time I hear that shit, it's crazy, bro, the amount of people. Because I know I get it. When you come in here and you see me, you're like, okay, I don't know. Remember, guys, this is YouTube. I come in here, I have fun, I crack some jokes, but we get busy at codingphase.com, right? Like, my goal for this company was to really help regular people get in, right? And get them up and running and teach them exactly what I knew and the things that actually worked, right? But when you see me here, you're like, man, I don't know about this guy. This guy cursing, this guy cracking jokes, this guy, he's entertaining, but I don't know, can he really teach me? When I'm telling you, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. You want somebody that's relatable. You want somebody that can actually talk to you like a regular person. That's not making this shit seem so difficult, right? But people go in, they see the little Billy with the comb over, the little plaid shirt, the little hipster boots, the little glasses. Like, damn, this guy must be a developer. He really seems like he could help me out. And what they do is they go in and they put you in an assembly line. You know what I'm saying? You seen the assembly line that they about to slaughter pigs, and you going up that little shit, and you going up. That's what they putting you in. They're putting you into the blender. They say, yo, we got some grass for you, kid. Come in here. Don't worry. It's just going up the stairs. Next thing you know is like little piggy, you know what I mean? Like little piggy's gone. And it's like like you're done. That's it. They put you in a blender. They put you on the on the freaking Node.js pipeline, right? While Lil Billy minding his own business in Utah somewhere, chilling, living in a big ass house while you out here with a $10,000 loan. And then you start looking around. Yeah, but Lil Billy used to live in the smallest house. How the fuck he got bread? Yeah, he signed up a lot of people in the boot camp. Cashed out. We never seen him again. Okay? And it happens all the time. There's people that come in, you trust them, you don't see them again after that. They made their bread. I'll tell you like this, guys. If you make above $500,000, you could disappear. You could mind your own business if you do it right. Right? And there's people, you go in, you give them a bag, they make a little bag, they made their money, they're out of here. They have no responsibility for you. Now you over here like, yo, y'all got me on a Lambda, you got me on this, and that. Where is Lil Billy at? Lil Billy gone. You're going to have to find him in some type of, Lil Billy got 3 wives in Utah. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Lil Billy. Lil Billy, I love you. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, some people are still waiting for that Lambda money. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in here. Join WWE RKO. Oh my God. Yeah, bro, that dude was freaking crazy. That dude is like, yeah, man, I only got 9 months. I look into his fucking Carfax. They got that dude on the shoulder. They're fucking lifting him up like, yeah, like you're MVP on a hackathon, bro. Shut up. Like, talking about, I only got 9 months. And then when I pressed him on it, he's like, well, 9 months on web development. That should be like the meme right there. It'd be like, how long you been coding? 9 months of web development. It's like some shit he whispered to me. I wanted to just grab him on the fucking neck and get him from the bottom, flip him upside down, go on the fucking turnbuckle, just grabbing him like this, just like, and just fucking put him right through the fucking table, like, bro, like, what you mean you've been coding for 9 months? You've been coding since 14 years old, getting fucking awards and fucking hackathons. Shut up, bro. And what's crazy, no one in the office knew about it. It was just me and him that knew about it. And every time that they giving him praises, yo, Lil Matt, Lil Billy, he's so fucking good. I'm in there like this. I'm in. Motherfuckers is talking to other people in other offices. Yo, he only has 9 months. He's a prodigy. And I'm in there just eating it up. And every time I would just look, dude would sit right there, I just go like this. It ain't my business. I'm not a snitch. I'm not in the mood to be blowing people's spots. But once he told me, I got 9 months of web development, I knew everything I needed to know about that guy. It's like, yo, this one of those fucking people that they just want to get praises, right? That they want to get a pat in the back. One of those fucking hall monitors in school that you were like, yo, whose man's is this? And this is their moment to shine. I'm not here to knock him off, right? God bless him. You know what I mean? That's the first time he ever got attention in his life. So that's good. You know, God bless him. But for me, I was like, it felt good because I was like, yeah, I know what I got. Ain't no way that this guy's fucking coding for 9 months. You know what I'm saying? It's a different level. Because if I've been coding since 14 years old, right? By the time you're 24, 25 years old, it's a different level. That's 10 years. Like Joe right now, it's not the same Joe in 2011. You give me any language, any framework, anything that you want. I got 10 years in this shit. I could pick that shit up like this. Now go talk to Joe in 2011 and tell him to learn something new. He might struggle because he's still learning concepts. He's still, getting his shit together. He hasn't built that many applications. He was focusing just on the front end. He don't know that much about full stack and back end and database and structures and this. You know what I'm saying? But once I knew that shit, I only got 9 months in web development. Yo, my God, every time I think about that shit, I'm like, yo, dudes like that is dudes that you gotta be careful with, bro. Those are the type of dudes that you leave a sandwich in your house and they take a bite out of it and put it right back in the fridge for you. And you like, yo, who ate my sandwich? Who that nasty ass dude that came in and ate my sandwich and took a bite and put it right back in? Listen, the guy that will tell you, I only got 9 months in web development. Yeah, I'm just imagining the poor kids in the boot camp. They're like, damn, but Matt's so good. Little Billy's so good. Like, I must suck. I must be garbage, right? Yo, fucking Matt's in there coming home like this, like a little fucking Lord of the Ring troll.
My precious, they don't know. We're about to take over the world. You know?
They don't know.
I've been winning hackathons since 14, but I only learned web development last week.
I'm just imagining that fucking dude coming home, looking at himself in the mirror, like,
yeah, my precious keyboard.
yeah. I asked the dude, like, yo, you got a girlfriend? You going out? Because sometimes we will go out for drink. You don't go out nowhere. I know what you're doing, bro. You coding all day, bro. Stop it. I'm not even comparing myself to you. You ain't got shit to do. You go home and fucking, you're reading through GitHub fucking repos. Talking about I got 9 months.
My precious.
Yo, let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. Let's see. Yo, no joke, had a guy in high school football on a rival team with Apollo Creed muscles. He was straight running all over us. A dude showing up to a fucking JV football tryout. It's like, yeah, I just started last week and he just came from the Giants. He was like, yeah, he was playing for the Giants and he just, yeah, I'm just trying out for JV. Yeah, man. Dude showing up all fucking cut up and mad muscles everywhere. He's like, yeah, man, I only got 9 months, bro. I used to be a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? That's another, if you know, you know. If you play football or basketball, there's always a dude like that he's nasty with it. And he'll play basketball like crazy. And then he'll be like, I'm actually a baseball player. Shut up, bro. Like, he's talking about, because they just want that little pat in the back to be like, damn, he's a genius. He's a prodigy. I don't know how people do that shit. It just shows insecurity. Let me see. Reading through here. Shout out to everybody in here. Guys, we gotta have fun, guys. Listen, by the way, for anybody that wants to come in, come check out codingphase.com. Don't forget, man. You know what I mean? You could be Danny Almonte out here, right? But the proper way. You know what I'm saying? You can come to codingphase.com. Links in the description. Get started, right? It's very simple, right? Codingphase.com. $1 a day. Get in. We're focusing on career paths that make sense. That's going to help people get into the game, okay? You could look at the success stories. You could go through it. We could go scroll days and days and days and days. And this is not even everybody that has gotten jobs on, thanks to Coding Phase and the things that we have done. We could scroll all day here, okay? But I appreciate those of you guys that did share your story on the Hall of Fame. It really does help out. Let me see. Has anyone done Codecademy? Codecademy is not bad. It's good for practice. Marcus B says, I can only imagine his side of the story. I told this dude I was new. Nah, I could imagine. I know exactly his side of the story. His side of the story is, yeah, man, I was running circles around this guy. You know what I mean? I know for sure he probably seen me somewhere on YouTube, and he's like, yeah, when I met this, look at this guy, right? Like, yeah, man, because there's some people that you could tell, like, if they see you doing good, they'll be like fucking pissed, right? Because I know where he at. I know he probably in some bullshit company making, you know, a bullshit pay over 10 years in the game and still doing the same shit. We elevated. But he probably in there, like, probably watches, because, you know, you search web development, you search anything about coding, I'm going to pop up. We're going to pop up in there somewhere. You know what I mean? We in the Mount Rushmore of this shit. You know, there's a couple of people that's up there, and I'm up there. And so I'm sure he probably bumped into me, and he's like, look at this guy. This guy used to run circles around him. What? He teaching now? He helping people with courses? Look at him, right? I would have been surprised. He's probably in the comment section, you know, punching the air, talking shit. But we know, bro, you only got 9 months. Motherfucker talking about you only got 9 months. Walking around with, they lifted him up as the MVP of a fucking hackathon at 14 years old. Like, stop it, bro. You've been fucking, and then I go into all the shit. I'm like, I'm picking his brain, like, yo, what type of development have you? Well, you know, I've been working with C# and .NET. I've been working on this type of, you know, games. I've done some C++ video games. I could show you some examples of my shit. I look at his shit, I'm like, bro, this motherfucker, this dude got like 10 years in the game. I'm in there like, bro, stop it. But I think the worst part about it, I wouldn't even care. But the worst part about it is that he would just go in and take it in. Like, you know, I've gone to places where people be like, oh, Joe, you're really good program. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you, this and that. And I'll be like, nah, don't worry, man. I mean, I ain't do nothing. I just did a couple of lines in there. And I just keep it humble. This dude will go in and be like, yeah, you know, I spent all night last night. You know, I had to go through the documentation and I do this and that. And I'm like, I just like, bro, I know you fucking lying. Like, it just blew my mind. It still gets me mad, the fact that you go in and you lying to people. Like, you have 9 months. Because it's like, you're a fucking 10-year vet by now. Like, but you looking for people to give you that validation. It's like, nah, bro, don't do that. It's like I said, it's like a Danny Almonte. You know, it's like a dude going in and blocking shots from kindergartens. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 7 feet tall in there playing fucking with toddlers that they're like struggling to like fucking play with the ball like this, and there's a dude in there like hot sauce, like putting the ball in a fucking doing a circle on the ball. Like, yeah, man, I just started last week, bro. Yo, shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, man. Facts. I went to Lambda now, work and help. That's yeah, man. Lambda, man. It is what it is, man. Don't worry, man. You'll be good. Shout out to everybody in here, man. I'm about to get out of here, but thank you for the hanging out with me in this live stream. We had a lot of fun. This was a fun one, right? We cracked some jokes. We had a good one. Like I said, guys, definitely check out codingphase.com if you want to come in and try out the new version of Coding Phase. We're basically giving you everything. The courses, the portfolio projects, the resume builder. Like, we went deep this time to make sure that there's no way that you could drop the ball. Like, the last thing that I will have to do to get you into the game is just walk you into the fucking, like a dad, and be like, hi, My name is Joe Santos. Yeah, I came to bring in my kid. My kid, he's looking for a job. Like at that point, that's the last thing that I will have to do. But I basically laid out everything for you. Okay, so definitely check out Coding Phase. I'll see you guys later. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care.